And to start off the show, as always, news in science has happened over the last month, and I have come up with dumb jokes based on those news stories. Let's get straight to the science news! All right. A new study has found that people who run as little as once a week have a way lower risk of death. And that risk is even decreased more exponentially if they are being chased. Yeah, no, that's an easy one, guys, but yeah, just run away, run away. This was an interesting study. A study came out about cowbirds. All right. Cowbirds are a predator brood parasite species. So what they basically do is they lay their eggs in another bird's nest and get the other bird to raise their young for them. And what they were trying to figure out was how they do mating calls. Because if you get another bird to raise your bird, how does your bird know how to learn its actual mating call? So the pickup line matches the right species, so it works, right? And what they found is they have a secret password. They have a secret password call that if they make, then they know that whatever comes afterwards, they can copy that to learn a mating call. And it's hardwired into their biology. And I am very envious of this. I wish secret hand readings were hardwired into my biology so I'd stop shaking people when they're giving me like the fist, like I'm just doing this all the time. I hate it. Hardwired, guys. Get it in there. We have a new study that linked the color of birds' eggs are based on their climate. Yeah, they finally figured out why bird eggs are different colors. It's related to the climate, so the colder the climate, the darker the egg. Which completely blows off my past theory that it was just a goth phase and they were going to grow out of it. Climate was the reason, guys. We found a new use for sniffing dogs. Some scientists, archaeologists in Croatia, used cadaver-sniffing dogs to find 3,000-year-old archaeological dig sites. They found a bunch of remains that way. So it turns out, it's very cool. It's a new use for cadaver dogs. We're very excited about it. Turns out finding the bones was really easy. Getting the bones back from the dogs, very hard. Whole new wrinkle. We're going to work that out soon. A new type of computer switch that uses light instead of wires and electronics has been developed. So this is huge for basically all of our electronics, that they can make this work because the light moves faster and interferes less with its surroundings than normal wires, normal copper wiring or something along those lines. The problem is it's really hard to get people excited about saying you invented a light switch. I've got like 20 of those in my house, so the implications don't really sink in right away. The U.S., this is a shocking news story, guys. The U.S. has finally stopped using floppy disks to control its nuclear arsenal. As of June this year, they officially released that. They couldn't tell us what they are replacing it with. But, Colonel Jason Rossi said he couldn't reveal the specifics of the new equipment, but it was a highly secure, solid-state digital storage solution, which I can only assume is a Microsoft Zune. It's still a leap ahead, so that must be what they're doing. Does anyone remember the Zune? I got a quick. Yay! Someone remembers the Zune. It was supposed to kill the iPod. Scientists are feeling that they found a way to get the next level of general intelligence AI, and their thought is they want to get machine learning AIs to have feelings. So the idea is that we teach them to like some states and dislike other states, then they'll learn a sense of self-preservation, and that could be the next step to getting them to want things and developing a more general intelligence, becoming a true AI. Which I'm not an anti-AI person at all, but I don't like this because we already feel guilty when we leave our pets alone at home. Now we're going to feel guilty about leaving my computer. I need to get someone to come in and check up on my computer. Please feed it 120 volts every day. Make sure it's in hibernation mode by 8. You can have an hour of YouTube, but not until after it's virus scanned. Thomas Mulcair, the politician Thomas Mulcair, is coming under heat because he was found supporting a homeopathy conference. So a big member of that conference, prominent guest at the conference. Most of you probably already know what homeopathy is. It's a science that says that the active ingredient becomes more potent the more you dilute it. So it makes a lot of sense why Tom Mulcair would be interested in this. Votes were based on diluting things. You don't need to kick up Canada, guys. finally, guys, a new study has come out that may have discovered why sleep is so important. It seems shocking, but we weren't sure this whole time why we need sleep. The theory is that they've noticed that cerebrospinal fluid rushes in waves to clean out harmful proteins. So it's kind of like a pressure washing for your brain, which worries me a lot because I have not been separating my dark and light thoughts. So my brain is faded, guys. All right, that's my news jar.